Sitting in house here with Coach Smith. And Coach, I got to come watch you guys last week play your final game. It was a heck of a football game, heck of an atmosphere.
Right.
And you guys have had a heck of a season. So we just want to kind of do a wrap-up show on the season, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Take us back to last Friday night, Coach. I know it definitely didn't go the way you had wanted it to, but this whole season had to be a learning process, and things happening really fast around here.
It was a great season for us, and our progression of where we're at here at the end of year 3. I couldn't be prouder of our guys. Our guys, our players, our coaches, managers, everybody had a part in this organization. Put forth their best effort this year. We came up a little short this past Friday night against a really, really good Geraldine team. Congratulations to Coach Davis and his bunch for advancing. They do a lot of things really well. They're a solid team. They're going to be a tough out for anybody in this 3A bracket. Again, our guys laid it on the line. I thought we played really hard. I thought we did a lot of things right. We just come up a little bit on the short side of the scoreboard. But, at the end of the day, 10-2 season, advancing the second round of the playoffs, and hopefully giving us some positive momentum, for the future. These guys, I can't say enough good things about them. I love these kids. I love these coaches and the managers, everybody that's part of the program. It's just been a really fun year.
Yeah, Ray Charles could see the progression, the way the program's going. It's trending up. I mean, ain't no doubt about it. That goes from the weight room. It goes from the attitude,
Right.
But you said it best off camera. A lot of times, some of the best successes and the best, I guess, inward confidence comes from experience and things from the past. But talk about that a little bit. How Geraldine kind of had that over the last couple years, and how that does carry some weight in the playoffs.
And no doubt, they're working on about a 4 or 5 year run here at Geraldine of advancing. I think they've had 3 quarterfinal appearances now in the last 5, and a semifinal appearance here 2 years ago. And the job that Coach Davis has done there in 5 years has been remarkable. I think our program is right there in that infancy stage where they were at when they were starting to advance deeper in the playoffs, and it's a building process. I mean, it's one thing, 1 year success. If you keep the right focus and the right mindset, that can carry over to the next year, and you got a group of hungry kids that want to go further the next time. And we're 5-5, 6-4, 10-2, second round of the playoffs. Hopefully we can keep that momentum going, and our kids say, hey, that's not where we want to wind up. We want to do even better next year, and you'll start that back up in the weight room here in the very near future, and with all the things that you're doing. The great part about it is, I think it has shown the kids the fruits of the labor, so to speak. You asking guys to buy in and to do things maybe a little bit differently than what they've done it in the past, and asking them to be committed on a level that, having weight training every day during the school day and things that might be a little bit different than what they've had in the past. And these kids have answered the call every single time without question, without any type of disruption. They come to work each and every day, and I was very proud for them to see that pay off with a second round playoff appearance, and hopefully our younger guys will use that as motivation to carry it over into the next fall, and then the next fall after that, and the next fall after that. And you and I have talked numerous times about when you're trying to build something that's sustainable. You don't want to just build a team that's a 1 year flash in the pan. We talked about building things up and changing mindset first, that football can be important at Westbrook. It can become a priority, not just an activity. And then now that we've had a little success this year, the key is going to be able, can you repeat it next year and then the next? And once you've done it, 2, 3, 4 years in a row, then you can start talking about having a little bit of a football tradition. Well, once you get a tradition started, then you can kind of talk about culture, which is, everybody wants to go straight from wherever the program's at to culture immediate, and it don't happen that way. It's mindset, then it's tradition, then it's culture. When it becomes culture, then it becomes kind of a way of life for everybody in the school. That's what the expectations are. Everybody says at the beginning of the year that they want to win the region, they want to go undefeated, they want to win the state, but very few teams achieve those things, and so you have to look at it as a continuous building process to get the program to the point where you can sustain being one of those teams that's mentioned as a contender in Class 3A each and every year. And so very excited where we are right now, very excited with the success that we had this year. Obviously not satisfied to not be playing. It would still be better if we was practicing this afternoon, getting ready for a quarterfinal matchup. But hey, it is what it is. I always tell people, you don't always get what you want, you get what you earn. And I thought we earned a lot this year. I thought the players did a lot of great things, but we obviously would still love to be playing at this point in time.
Do you see a lot of similarities in the years that you were at Cedar Bluff coming up and the years you were at Piedmont coming up and now here? Do you see some of those similarities in the program?
Well, yeah, we do. I think, boys, it's really dating me back to the 90s, but I think at Cedar Bluff the first 3 years we were 2-8, then 8-4, and then we had an undefeated regular season and went 11-1. At Piedmont, I think it was year 2 or year 3, we won 10 games, made the quarterfinals. So here, year 3, we won 10 games and made a second round appearance. There are a lot of similarities, and I think if anything from those 3 examples, it just goes to show that when you have some continuity and you have consistency of what you're expecting from the guys and what they expect from the coaches, they know how you're going to do things. We had a veteran team this year. We had 14 seniors, many of which have been out there with me all 3 years that I've been here. A lot of them started for all 3 years, so there were a lot of guys that were playing in that game at Geraldine the other night that had been doing this for basically 3 years under the type system that we have. And so they knew what to expect. They knew that every Monday's going to be the same, every Tuesday's the same, every Thursday's the same. Just those types of things, I think, when kids kind of get in that routine and they know what the expectations are, everything's clearly defined, then you start achieving some success on the field. And, you hope that just continues to grow. I made a critical error when I was at Cedar Bluff in the fact that as we were building those first 3 years, I was spending 0 time with my middle school team. And so after 3 years, the next 3 years, I had a middle school team that became varsity players that I had not done anything with them as far as helping develop. I just didn't invest enough time with them, and that was a vital mistake that I made. So year 4, 5, and 6 at Cedar Bluff, we went 4-7, 4-7, 4-7. That was back when you had 3 team areas, and you go 1-1, you'd be a runner-up, and then a 1-round exit in the playoffs. But I realized that after that first 4-7 season, and so we kind of changed our structure, how we played things on the middle school level. I started being directly involved with the middle school, and then after that, we pretty much had it rolling. For I guess years 7 through 11 there at Cedar Bluff, we're all pretty good. So I learned when I got to Piedmont, you had to get in there and get involved with the middle school and the elementary, and we were able to get some things going there that we were able to sustain for a long period of time. And so copying that blueprint when I came here to Westbrook, although we've been working with the varsity team, and I would talk about the varsity team's progression, the middle school involvement, the getting our 5th and 6th grade team back here on campus playing together, all those things have been part of the recipe to try to get our program to a point where we can be one of those contenders year in and year out.
I remember at Piedmont Middle, y'all had put weights in the gym there to make sure the guys would learn technique and start their lifting and stuff. And now that nowadays, if you don't, you're toast.
Well,
you're cooked.
And then things have changed so much in the 40 years since we were in high school. I remember back when we got a weight room at center my sophomore year. We had 1 bench, 1 squat rack, and a bunch of auxiliary stuff, and didn't really have a whole lot of idea what we were doing. We were just kind of, Coach Johnson was learning it as he was teaching it to us, and we were kind of, because everything we had ever done, it involved grass drills and carrying sandbags and things like that during the summer. Doing relay races with those types of things. We were doing strength training. It wasn't weight training. But learning that, and then once I got to Cedar Bluff in '95 and seeing the importance of the weight program and starting to have kids in weight training every day and then carrying that over, and then as you mentioned, got to Piedmont, and you had your 7th and 8th graders every day there. Coach Blanchard was working the middle school weight room over at the middle school there, and here, we've been able to get our middle school boys 2 days a week, our middle school girls 2 days a week to do that introductory type stuff to them. I can see a significant difference in this year's 9th graders that have gone through that as 7th graders and 8th graders, much more prepared when they get to the high school weight program because they've already been doing it at the middle school level. So, and you're exactly right. If you're behind on those types of things, you can pretty much count yourself behind on the field. It's the days of just lifting every now and then and all, it doesn't work that way anymore.
No, you get ran off and left.
Yep.
Like I just walked in your weight room a minute ago, and you had Sean Smith in there, you had Ricky Ray in there, you had Coach Wester in there, you had Coach Phillips in there. Yep. Talk about that a minute, because I've been to some schools even this week where the coaches don't even talk to each other, much less work out with each other.
Man, we got a great brotherhood here as far as the coaching staff goes. Everybody gets along well. Coach Wester, you mentioned our head boys basketball. They played their first game last night. He's in here with the guys today. We don't call them football athletes, basketball athletes, baseball athletes, soccer athletes. It's just our male athletes down here. And right now, at the same time, up in the facility, Coach Brooks and Coach Williams, Coach Madison, they're all up there with our female athletes, and they're working out right now as well up there. Same, not as big of a weight room as we got down here because they got about 40 and we got about 75 or 80 down here right now. But, you know, the buy-in from all of our coaches has been tremendous. We don't do a football program during football season, the basketball during basketball. We just do an overall total body program year-round. And then at 3 o'clock today, everybody will go to practice.
That's awesome.
And, you know, there's a lot of places that football season ends and the kids go to the gym if they play both sports. And then basketball ends and they go to the baseball field. And, you know, I was real upfront and transparent with Coach Wester and with Coach Clayton. You know, we're trying, and I say I was up front with them. They were all on board too now, so it wasn't like it was a one-way conversation. These guys are really on board with what we're doing as far as just trying to build total athletes. We want guys that are strong, can run fast, jump high. The same things they want, that's what I want. And so we just, if you come watch us work out, we don't do a lot of powerlifting stuff that might be associated with a football program. We're doing just total body workouts and trying to build. We want guys that can jump high and run fast and are strong, and same with our ladies. And all these coaches have been tremendous to work with. And, you know, on any given day down here in the weight room between our assistant football coaches, Coach Phillips, our baseball, basketball, we may have anywhere from 8 to 10 coaches down here participating in the workouts with the kids. And when you got 80 kids working out, that you know, Coach Lee was somebody else that's down there every day with us. Coach Brown can be here on the days he can be. Coach Adam Brown's here on the days he can be here. Coach McHugh on the days he can be here. When you got that many people that's in there helping work the kids, then the ratio is much smaller. Coach Durier is in here pretty much every day with us. It makes a big difference when the kids are able to get almost individualized instruction.
Yeah.
And you got eyes on them, you know, that are pushing them to be the best they can be. And it was one basketball game last night, but I could tell a world of difference in our basketball guys. Some of them play football, but some of them don't. I could tell a world of difference in their athleticism on the court just last night in one game. They looked a step faster. They were jumping higher. They were physically stronger looking out there. And, you know, that's a tribute to the kids, how they work, but also a tribute to the coaches from those other sports that are not football that a lot of people think, oh, you can't lift and play this sport. Well, that's just a bunch of baloney. I mean, the best athletes are the guys that are usually multi-sport type guys that understand the importance of working out, and they understand the importance of training themselves to be the best they can be.
100%. I 100% agree with you, and unfortunately, not everybody agrees with that.
Right.
But it ain't even a question no more. I mean, you got to do it. You know, you have to. And the schools that's successful, they all live together.
That's it.
But Coach, before we shut it down, I'd like to kick it back to you. I know you just sent a message out to Jakari Foster as one of your former players.
Yes.
You got to be happy for him. And
right.
I mean, you got a whole truckload of them, but.
Right.
But just throwing it back to you, obviously that's a big deal for him. He's a phenomenal football player and human.
Yes.
But, you know, this floor is yours to talk about the season, anything you want to talk about.
Man, I can't tell you how fortunate I feel to be in this position. This is a great school, a great atmosphere every day at school. Our administration leadership is unbelievable. They've been great supporters. Our athletic booster club here, our W Club, this community, everybody that has embraced what we're trying to do with football. I could see the tide turning a little bit last year, and then to see it fully turn this year and everybody behind us the way that they were. The way the kids work, man, it's just it's been a joy to watch. It's been great to be a part of. I feel very fortunate again just to get to be sitting in this seat as the head football coach here and athletic director. I think the brighter days for Westbrook Christian are definitely ahead. There's been a lot of success at this place and a lot of sports in the past. That's expected to continue, and then the sports that have not kind of been on par with that's been a little bit down, then we see those people coming up and we see those sports coming up. And I just think it's great days ahead for Westbrook Christian School, and I'm so thankful for everybody that has contributed to the football team's success this year. I started making a list of people that had a part, you know, and it's obvious the 75 or so of us that's out there on the field on a Friday night, the players, coaches, managers, athletic trainers. But then when you add in the guys that reliably tote the chains, that work in the press box, run the video board, the people that are doing pregame meals, the people that do Thursday morning breakfast, the people that do the Tuesday and Wednesday night meals after practice, the people that are doing the postgame meals on the road when we get on the bus and handing us a sack. all the people that are involved with gatekeeping and the administrative part. The band,
even janitors, everything.
The janitors, everybody that's getting the things ready for Friday night, the school resource officer, the escorts to the away games, the people that are taking up, the tickets or punching the Go Fan Redeem, and the people that are just, helping with the huddle and all the things that go on. 75 of us, by the time you bring all those people in, you're probably talking about 175.
Yeah.
With all the outside help, and most of those people don't get paid a penny. They do it because they love the program. They do it for the love of Westbrook Christian School. And when I say it's a team effort, it is a collective team effort. Anybody that's ever been a head football coach can tell you there's 40, 50 people that are behind the scenes doing something on a Friday night to make a home game go. And, I don't never want to take that for granted. I don't ever want those people to feel like that their work goes unnoticed or that they're underappreciated, because I appreciate them immensely. And I'm so thankful for the opportunity again to be the coach and athletic director here and to be able to be a part of something that's brewing that's going to be really special.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you sitting in with us and appreciate you doing what you have for us and letting us come out here and be a part of this journey with you. And also, man, it's been great doing the show and got a lot of positive feedback. People, I don't even know, sometimes people's watching it, but somehow come up and quote something you said or something or it's talked about on the show, and that shows that people's responding. But I appreciate you. Had a fantastic season. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having us, and thank you for doing this spot each and every week and letting us promote Westbrook Christian. I appreciate you doing it.
Very welcome. Thank you, Coach.